Welcome to the beautiful city of Athens, the gateway to the Tennessee Valley, a city rooted in deep community relationships and built on a rich tradition of small local business and the very best of the human spirit. As Athens embraces the future, the signs of progress are in full bloom. Join us as we discover the bright spots in this charming southern city that we call home. This is Hometown Heartbeat, Athens. What's going on, everybody? Zach, whoa. Whoa, what was that? That was weird. Did you hear that, Connor? What's going on, buddy? How are you today?
Doing good.
Connor sounds like he's doing good. Look, today we're going to do something a little bit different. Probably going to be not 46, 47 minutes long like the last couple have been, and it's me solo. And for those of you that know me know that I'm probably not going to be capable of talking, just by myself. I'm usually pretty quiet, and I like to keep to myself. But if you're out there and you can hear me well and we look good, let us know so that we can make sure we are remote producing with Connor Higgins, our producer. I'm going to talk to Connor for a minute. Go ahead and throw yourself up there, big guy. Let everybody know you're talking to me. On the phone, Connor Higgins, producer, Cotton Road TV. So it's a really cool thing that we have right now is Connor, he jumped in and helped us out with some of the graphics that we did for the school with the video boards. And from that, this opportunity has kind of grown into obviously something a whole lot more. We're looking at some internship. We're looking at some stuff next year. But I'd love to hear from you, Connor. Just kind of what is it that, obviously having the ability, you have the ability, but like having all the tools and the different things that we have here in the studio, like what is it that excites you about doing this? When did you know you wanted to kind of do a little bit of this, and how hard is it to put up with me on a daily basis?
I have a lot of questions that you wove into one right there. I don't really know why that I'm drawn to it. It's just kind of something I've always done. I got my hands on a computer when I was pretty young, and I was, always going into like movie making software and like throwing pictures together, making little slideshows to show family and friends. And it kind of just escalated from there. I got my hands on, better and better software and kind of taught myself how to use it. And then in school, there were a lot of opportunities to do digital projects, stuff like that. I was always attracted to that kind of thing, and it's just something I've always been drawn to. I really like doing it.
So
I think it's cool.
So what about what you're doing with us up here? I mean, obviously you're 17, you're going into your senior year, and you're trying to figure out kind of where things go. Obviously, you're incredibly intelligent. For those of you that don't know, he was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I heard word on the street as he won. Don't tell anybody. But I'm kidding. He didn't win $1 million. It was like 850,000. But you're obviously very intelligent. College is one of those things that you're looking at. But the thing you and I talk about all the time is you're so talented at this, and this opportunity to help us out over the next year and a half could really create for you a way for when you go to school. Me to send a laptop with you, and you still be able to remotely edit because technology's so good. Now we obviously with file sharing, like, is that something that, I guess most people have to have a job when they're in college to pay their way through. I guess that would be, is that something that when you think about that, is it like, man, I'm going to have to do this, or like it's another opportunity? Like, obviously this may or may not be the way your life goes permanently in terms of what you do with your career. But how far would you like to take this, if you had the opportunity?
I'd love to do this. I really like doing stuff like this, and I'm genuinely weighing going into something like digital media, that kind of field when I go to college. So being able to continue working in that field means something that I'm, considering, devoting my life to. That'd be a fantastic opportunity that I'd love to continue with beyond high school if the opportunity were to present itself.
Well, I'm not gonna tell anybody out loud here, but the opportunity has indeed presented itself because there's a pretty. Connor, I haven't even got to tell you today. I had a 4-hour-long meeting today with someone in regards to Cotton Row Productions and what that looks like. So we'll discuss that more next week, probably, guys, when we have a little more information on that. But Connor, I certainly think that the ability or the opportunities for you to create something pretty special before you go may even may even challenge whether or not. And again, I'm not saying college. College is not for everybody, but it's certainly a great opportunity. I guess the thing that we weigh here in my field is like it's the investment, right? It's the what kind of return do you get on your investment? And so in certain fields, obviously, you're going to need a degree to go and be able to be competitive in the field. But in others, it's certainly, now the trades and the skills are certainly making a resurgence. And this multimedia, digital content management stuff is extremely lucrative. And so it's just another great skill set. And I can tell you one thing, anyone that has watched this show over the last 2 years has seen the best production value we've ever had in the last 2 months. And that is 100% because of Connor. I can throw all the money at equipment that I want, but if I don't have somebody to operate it and make it look right, it doesn't matter. So Connor, as always, man, I greatly appreciate you. And we're going to get Connor on camera. When the quarantine lifts, we're going to have a special, the Connor Higgins Cotton Rose special. Word on the street is he's going to sing a song for us. He's got some talents. He plays the tin cans and the spoons, and so we're gonna have him come in and do a spoon. There it is, triangle. More cowbell. All right, Connor, I appreciate it, buddy. I'm gonna pull you out of the mix here, and then actually I'm gonna leave you in. It's just me and you, so you comment if you want to. What I want to talk about today, very briefly. Again, this is gonna be quick. We've got 3 houses going on the market that we've been flipping. That we've kind of got drugged through the mud with some personnel stuff back in the day, and so we've just kind of been trying to make up some ground, and it appears as though we've made up some ground pretty well. And so we've got 2 houses under contract. We've got 1 closing on Friday, and then we've got 2 going on the market this week. So literally 5 houses kind of working for us right now. So today is a crazy busy day. Janelle, our real estate broker, is on her way up here right now. So we're going to go out and measure some square footages and make sure everything's done. So we'll be in and out of here quick today. But what I did want to do, I've been getting a lot of questions, and Connor has too, in regards to like, what is your setup? What does all the equipment look like? What's kind of behind the scenes? That kind of thing. And so I just kind of wanted to take that opportunity today, since Molly dealt with my mess all day while I was in the long meeting. So I told her to go home and get some sun and just hang out with her husband and have a good day. So she's gone. It's just me and old Connor here. And so what I want to do is I just want to show you our studio. I cleaned it up. Looks pretty nice. There's a ton of stuff. So there's the studio there. And so everybody asks kind of what's your setup and kind of what does it look like and what are you using? And so that's obviously the opposite end of the room, the studio here. And so we have our green screen over there that we can set up our second set in front of if we want to go green screen. And then we do a ton of music type stuff, and using musical instruments for content is great. And so as Cotton Row Productions kind of ramps back up and goes into a second gear, doing digital content creation, digital media management for people, it takes all kinds of shapes and sizes. It's everybody saw the rap that I did, that there's a little bit of that right there.
With Revolve Realty of Athens and Madison, and you're listening to the Mark White Show.
So using music, using jingles, not to be silly, but jingles, and that's probably not the right word for it necessarily in context of what we're talking about, but certainly using that type of stuff to create great content is certainly part of us. So we've got all the music stuff on that side, the green screen on that side, and then I'm going to see if I can't hop up here and spin. I'll kind of spin, if I can take this mic with me, which I can. Fantastic. So I'm going to grab the GoPro here, and I'm just going to kind of spin it around and show you here. So here we have, over there, we have our 24-channel mixer, and that's the big boy. And that runs to this TV here. And so when our audio engineer's here, he's sitting here mixing on the big screen with the audio interface running to the computer. Our computer is let's see if I can show you here. It's the Mac Tower. So it's the big Mac Pro. And then behind me here is our set. And so this is my Rodecaster podcaster. We use Shure SM7B microphones, which are fantastic. And then we have our digital signage here in the back with a messed up, and that's a fun story there. But really, just kind of wanted, and then my live monitor sits right there behind the camera. So I'm constantly watching the stream in real time with Connor producing it. And now, mind you, Connor is currently producing this whole thing from home, which creates a whole new level of screwy to it, doesn't it, Connor?
It does, yeah.
So
but it works pretty well.
It does. And we're Connor, O ye of little faith. Connor was he was kind of doubting that we could do this. Man, that was perfect timing. You had no idea that I'd just sat back down in front of the camera. But no, I said, man, while you're home, we want to be respectful of the virus and Connor's parents and their wishes and his health and their safety. And so I was like, man, how can I keep him involved? Because now I produced the whole show from this thing, which was okay, but it was certainly it was a lot of work to really dive into all that stuff and do it well. And so once we rerouted all the cables, got everything ran to a new computer and the producing computer, it was like, holy crap, we're going to lose Connor. What do we do? And so we use Ecamm Live as the software we use, and I sent Connor a message. I said, hey, buddy, I think we can do remote access via TeamViewer is the app. And Connor said, yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to be kind of laggy, and it's probably not going to work very well. And, we could try it, but, I don't know. And I was like, well, we'll give it a go. And I'll never forget, he logged that joker in. The first thing he did when he logged in from home was he pulled up the notepad and he just typed 4 letters. What'd you type, Connor?
I typed the word whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. You know what that means? Like, whoa! I mean, whoa! It's fast. So no, it's look. At the end of the day, what we're trying to accomplish in this next iteration of Cotton Row Productions is really, we will bring this to you, and so we can show you. We can either we can sell you some educational information in terms of schematics and equipment. When I showed you around the studio, there's about half of the equipment we own is actually being used by a church in Decatur, because a lot of what I had to do, well, I didn't have to, I'm just an idiot. I bought and bought and bought and then tried and then tried and tried, and sooner or later we finally got it to the right mix of equipment. And so what we're trying to do is save you from those expensive mistakes, or what I call dumb tacks. And so with Connor's experience in the production side, my experience in kind of the creative and the equipment side, Connor handles everything on the computer, and I'm handling everything before it gets to the computer. Would be a good way to, I guess, kind of. Would you agree with that, Connor?
That's a fair characterization.
And so, we have a tremendous amount of money that we've dumped into this by accident, really more than anything. I hope Keith isn't watching, because if Keith were to sell all this for what I told him I paid for, no, I'm kidding. He knows exactly what all this is. But literally, I mean, I've got mics. I've got 6 condenser microphones, because we went through 3 different sets trying to find the right kind, and those are not cheap. And so we made a lot of big mistakes and just wasted a lot of money on all of this. And so what we're looking to do is be able to bring you guys in and say, hey, what are you trying to accomplish? Here's the most efficient way. I mean, Ecamm is so easy that, I could do it, and I'm really not good at this type of stuff. And so prior to 18 shows ago, I was producing the live show. And so, I don't know, Connor, speak to that. I mean, it's literally plug and play for the most part. I mean, you can get fancy with it, but to have a quality multi-camera show, I would say that literally you spend 10 minutes online kind of reading some stuff, and it's pretty point and click, don't you think?
It is, yeah. I watched, you had told me about it, I think the day before our first stream, and I went in and I just Googled a quick online video walkthrough, and it was about the easiest piece of software for this type of thing that I've ever used. And I'm coming off of when I was working the Jumbotron at the high school stadium. We're using like this really high grade equipment, really overkill for what we're doing, and you can pretty much get the same thing for more if you're not running a network with Ecamm. It's a really intuitive piece of software.
The beauty of it is that like, if you don't know much, like, we also have Wirecast. So we bought Wirecast, which is probably the largest. It's like the enterprise level. Most churches use it or OBS. It's a huge piece of software that's capable of way more than what we needed. And so Connor is working on he's kind of playing with that and learning and getting some of that stuff under, because it does give us more. But I mean, you don't have to have motion graphics. You don't have to have all the video stuff. You don't have, like, literally, this is all about reaching customers, right? This is all about reaching out to the marketplace and letting them know what your value proposition is, what you can do for them, yada, yada, yada. And so we want to create, I would say a couple of things. One, people will watch bad video, but they will not listen to bad sound. Invest in your microphones. Invest in your sound first, because I mean, Facebook can throttle back your quality. There's a lot of things that affect quality of the stream, but audio is going to be audio. And so that's where we spent our money. We spent a lot of it on bad things, but we invested in the Shure SM7Bs, which are kind of the gold standard in the podcast mic. They also work really well for vocals and singing and things like that. The Rodecaster, the podcaster here, this piece of equipment is the best piece of equipment that I own. It's got 16 hot buttons here that we can, whoa, all the applause. Thank you. You're too kind. All right, stop it. Okay, keep it up. Yeah, I know it's a bad joke, but they got the hot buttons, and they've got, it's a 4-channel. It's got input from the computer, input from a phone, and input from Bluetooth. So Connor's actually on my cell phone talking to it's just a regular phone call for between Connor and I, and my phone is paired to the Rodecaster, and it patches right into the audio. It's very intuitive. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, I would say that depending on your camera, there's a Sony that does really good. GoPros seem to do pretty well. We've got a couple of those set up. I've got a Canon Vixia HFR 8000 that I bought. I mean, I bought a Zoom camera. It's like 120 degree field of view, so it's a little wide. But guys, I mean, you could get into this really easily. I mean, there is a webcam out there that is $100 or less that will put out a 1080 signal. There's a microphone. The Blue Yeti is a microphone that we used prior to going to the XLRs. So like these go to a preamp, which give them clean gain. So there's a lot of more tech side to that. But you could literally set this up. Ecamm is like $20 a month. You can get a microphone for $100, and you can get a webcam for less than $100, and you could be putting out content, live streaming, professional quality, lower thirds, your logo, no producer, no real hardship for a couple $100. And so if anyone out there has any questions about this or is interested, I see Kent Daniel Villavicencio, did I say that right? Villavicencio. Kent Daniel Villavicencio just chimed in. He uses the Blue Yeti caster, which is it's a higher end mic, certainly. And they sound great. Aesthetically, they don't do what I love. I mean, I love the classic look of the SM7B, but the Yeti caster is a very, very high end mic that they sound great. It all depends on, are you podcasting without video? Or does your aesthetic matter to you? Does it not? We've played with 100 different things. But at the end of the day, guys, I'll tell you what it boils down to. All this stuff, this took years. This took money. This took a commitment. I mean, I've done a 40-plus minute podcast every day for 18 days. That's absurd. And it's a grind, and you got to figure out what to talk about. And most days, you just don't want to do it. But creating digital content is 100% about the grind. It's about the commitment to good content, and it's more or less about getting in front of your people. If you're in real estate, this is how I built a real estate business. I started a real estate business, non-affiliated, private, hired a broker, 2 years later sold the business, all via online digital media. So your digital media and digital content strategy is probably the most important strategy that you have currently, especially with the old quarantine and the old shelter in place stuff, because everybody's sitting on their couch and no more Tiger King to watch, and all those cool cats and kittens are just they're just out of all that. And so now what do? Well, Facebook, I guess. And so here we are. And so look, at the end of the day, again, Kent, I believe Kent is in this business as well. Kent, I got an idea, Kent. Do you want to Skype in tomorrow and join me and let's talk podcast? Because I'm down. Hit me up with a PM, Kent, and we'll talk. But I'd love to have you on, and we'll talk through some of this stuff, because I'm pretty new to all this, really and truly. So, but look, if you are in a business, any business, if you're a church, if you sell Plexus, if you just want to put out fun and engage, like if you want a YouTube channel, if you want to become an influencer, this is a great way to start. And so for me, I just like to hear myself talk. And so I'm kidding, but I do. And so this is really just something that we do to grow our brand. It's not about selling. I'm not here selling you stuff all the time. I'm really just trying to give you access to my life and let you in a little bit and let you kind of see what it is that makes us tick. We talk politics a little bit. We talk coronavirus a little bit. We talk economics. We talk small business. We talk entrepreneurship. We talk marketing. We talk branding. And so, that's where we're kind of narrowing it in now with the Hometown Heartbeat being its own show now. And so that will differentiate itself from the bearded branding and marketing content that will go on as well. So look, at the end of the day, I know it's probably like tech talk is probably hard for 90% of the people out there. But it's something that we feel like you need to do. I think most people would agree that you need to do it. The problem is the barrier to entry is high in your head. And it's expensive, you think. And the reality is it couldn't be further from the truth. So if there's anything we can do to help, certainly reach out to us. You can reach Connor directly at media@cottonrow.com, or you can hit us up on Facebook. Cotton Row Productions is our production company. Definitely check us out on YouTube on the Cotton Row Productions channel and all that. So at the end of the day, guys, it is Thursday. What is today, Connor?
Today is Wednesday.
Wow, I was ready for Thursday. I'm not going to lie to you. So today is Wednesday. Tomorrow, I don't know what our yep. Thank you, Connor. Thank you so much. I am so. You know what? I was confused until you said that. I didn't know what followed Wednesday. I don't know what our show plan is for tomorrow. I think Brandon Hargrove might be coming back in. I know on Friday we've got an esteemed local legend of a guest. That would be one Thad Prater. I hope he's watching right now. He told me he was going to sing a song. That's all I'm saying. So I'm kidding. He didn't say that. Thad, don't cancel on me because I made a joke. Thad is the girls softball coach at Athens High School. He's been in the education system forever. He's coached baseball. He's coached softball. He's a teacher. He sings in the worship team at Lindsay Lane. And in all fairness, he would probably sing us a song if we asked him to. And he could sing the phone book and I'd buy it. So I'm excited to get him on here and just kind of talk with him. He's a wise guy that he knows a lot, and he has a lot of life and years and experience, and quite frankly, someone I look up to and respect tremendously. So I'm super honored to have him on Friday. Until then, guys, stay safe out there. It's crazy out here in these Rona streets. You know what I'm saying? Can't get away from it. So if you have any questions, 256-BUY-SELL, or you can reach us at cottonrow.com, info@cottonrow.com, or media@cottonrow.com. Guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Connor. We'll see everybody.